What you see here is the Incident Command System's basic organization. It's made up of two distinct parts. The upper part, all in white, is called the command staff. The lower sections that are in the colors, the red, blue, orangish, yellow, and green, is called the general staff. The incident commander is the person who is in charge of the overall incident. The rest are his team to help him manage the incident. The command staff reports directly to the incident commander or a deputy incident commander, as shown here. The safety officer is responsible for the overall safety of the incident. Public information officer is responsible for the development and release of incident information to the public sector through mass media of various forms. The legal officer is legal counsel, used as consultants per se for the response or any other legal issues that may arise. And the liaison officer is a person who acts as a liaison between governmental organizations and non-governmental organizations that may have a stake in the incident but are not directly involved in the incident itself. So in the general staff, the operations section is responsible for conducting overall tactical operations of the incident. The planning section is responsible for developing both current and strategic and tactical plans for the incident. The logistics section is responsible for all the supplies and services and support, ordering and procurement and contracting for the incident. And the finance section is basically the ones who pay everything that logistics orders, that operations requests. So that's basically how this flow works. So this is the overall organizational chart. This organization can shrink or expand according to the needs of the response. Not all sections or units or groups or branches have to be filled, or you can create your own. So what we're going to show you next is an example of how in the operations section the operations can expand even further. So if you look over here to the red operations section, down about 3 to the 4th group below the operations section, you see source control branch. And so now for the source control branch, we can expand that even further. So what you see here is an expansion of the source control branch. So at the very top, you'll see the source control branch director. If you remember back on the ICS form itself, on the ICS organization itself, there was a source control branch. That box is this box represented here as a source control branch director. So under the source control branch director, and source meaning is the source, this particular one is the source of a well, a deep water subsea well control issue, and so this is a well source control branch. You can see how the various groups under that are organized, and basically a lot of them kind of mirror the organization above, the general ICS organization. So they have a liaison, a public information officer, a safety, a finance specialist, logistics, and planning specialist, and you can see it depicted in basically the same colors as the original chart was. And then the other red boxes are specific to the subsea well control group or well control branch, and they have their own specific functions. As you can see here, subsea SIMOPS, which is simultaneous operations. the relief well group, the debris removal group, containment group. Containment means containment of the well, subsea dispersant group, and flow engineering specialists. So all these work together and have a specific job under operations of trying to gain control of an underwater blowout, well blowout, or uncontrolled well. They all fall under the operations section. So this here is an example of the ICS organization as it expands out even further to handle a major incident.